Hello there, Wonder Guy here with something a little bit different. Now this is a ranked game that I was playing, but instead of cutting it together, putting some flashy effects on it, I feel like it'd be better for me as a player to go through it and find out why. Why I lost. Spoiler, I lost. But I decided to put some relaxing music in the background to keep everyone nice and chilled. Because this isn't about getting mad. This isn't about getting mad at all. As you can see, our team setup was pretty good. I'd picked Renekton to counter Wukong a little bit. And I was going for the classic double pot, or double ward, and 9 pots, because I figured that'd keep me in the lane a lot better. Now, I immediately took a dislike to Cho'Gath. I can't tell you why. I just did. I just really did. But did the classic, spam some skills, probably should have covered red, but I don't think they were going to invade at all, really. As we see that they were easily picking it up down there. And I run down and drop my first ward to make sure I don't get that early gank against me. Just farm. Get some creep kills as you do. Now this Wukong was very passive. He clearly knew that I could kick the shit out of him if I wanted to. But I was just creeping. I was doing pretty well for creeps once. Actually hitting most of them. Now, arguably because he was so passive, it made it a bit harder to get anywhere in the lane. But I mean, I levelled one of each first, just to be safe. I wasn't sure if the Jax was going to randomly appear. But I knew Cho'Gath was coming up to play. And with Cho'Gath coming up to play, probably going to get a kill out of this, to be honest. I mean, in fact we do. But, you'll see why. I mean, Wukong is a little bit out of position there. I just simply dive onto him and stun him, leaving Cho'Gath with the easy silence, and then straight there. I get an ignite on him, he flashes, and he gets the first blood. Quite easy, to be honest. Now, that was where I thought, oh yeah, this Cho'Gath is pretty good. And then he says that in the chat, and I assume he's a 5-year-old. That could just be me. Could just be me assuming he's a 5-year-old. He might not be a 5-year-old. Very likely to be a 5-year-old. We just push this lane onwards, because, I mean, I backed here, let the creeps die to the tower, because I was going to back and pick up some items to try and help me beat Wukong a little bit more. Now my immediate pickups: boots, a Doran's blade, and then I waited to pick up some armour. A little bit of early armour would make all the difference against him, I thought. Still got 9 potions, I'm still doing well, haven't had to use any of them. Still dislike Cho'Gath with all that typing in the chat and all the X's. Why would you type so many X's? Now when Wukong banked, he still didn't buy a ward and I've still got one. So it keeps me a happy bunny, or a happy crocodile, whatever way you want to look at it. I informed the team that he didn't buy a ward because that's going to help a little bit. Drop a ward in there. Have a little bit of a trade-off with him. Not really much, a little bit of poking. Cho'Gath come up again. But this time, we weren't really going to get anything out of this because he was staying well away from that bush. He'd learned from his mistakes, so I just told Cho'Gath to back out. Continued to farm a little bit. Fizz wasn't doing very well mid. I don't know how if Fizz counters Annie or vice versa, but according to him on the chat, Fizz was a definite counter. Now here's the first example of what I thought was rather terrible play. You see Jax is coming down there and Cho'Gath is moving towards it. Jax comes back into the bush. I get the stun out on Jax there, and I get a dive, and then I go to dive again but get knocked up. Now I get the ignite on him and flash, but I don't actually hit him there as I'm hit by the stun. Probably could have got a kill if I played very slightly differently, but I still think the chances of that were quite low, and I may have wasted a flash and ignite there. With Wukong being as Wukong is, I just stayed in the lane and kept my farm up, because there's not much he could really do to stop me farming. But I just kept going, because farm is important, and I got a little bit of a hit on the tower, but Jax appeared, so I just let him be. Let Jax be Jax, because I let him know that Jax had blue buff so Annie wouldn't have it, but then Annie killed Fizz mid and got blue buff anyway, so it's a bit shit. Now Wukong comes out of here and he dives straight onto me, and I'm figuring we could probably have him, and I expected Cho'Gath to hit the knock-up, but he didn't. And I proceeded to dive and get ruined by the Wukong. Oh, if I popped my ult a little bit earlier I might have been fine, and we've had a double kill there. That's pretty shitty play. I will be the first person to say that. But I immediately buy some armour, because I'm going to get some Merc treads. I get some more armour just to tank up a little bit. Now Fizz, not doing so well mid. And Cho'Gath's saying he's going to go bot, but he needs to pressure mid a little bit more. Just a little bit. because Annie is just doing whatever he wants. And I answered the phone or something there, because I do not know why I was standing completely still and let them walk straight up to me. But I managed to stun under the tower there, do a little bit of damage, almost get a kill off, but that's me being bad. I shouldn't have done whatever I'd done to stand still. And Cho'Gath just getting wrecked there. But my tower goes down, and I figure it's time I'm just going to have to play a bit more defensive. Keep the farm up as you do. Just keep farming. Now, we haven't really got in the fight ability to do a team fight yet. It's not really in that stage. So I just proceed to keep farming the creeps wherever I can. Get them down, get them low. And Cho'Gath does make an excellent point there. They haven't bought a pink ward in bot and are wondering why the people are just walking through. Well, they managed to get a little kill there. Probably could have got 2. And I just keep farming. Now, I bought 2 wards here, and one for one specific reason. Because I want to farm in top and not get ganked. So the plan was to put 1 ward here, and then put a cheeky one up in the tri-bush at the top so that I can see anyone coming into the jungle. And it worked for the most part, I'm not going to lie. I thought I was being really clever. Try to avoid Wukong there. I decided not to go through that bush, because if I had gone through that bush, he probably would have appeared and kicked the shit out of me. But just get on these creeps here, pick up a few creeps where you can. Get on the golems, I can see Wukong there, he doesn't come anywhere near me. And again, just keep creeping, keep my farm up. Let Cho'Gath get the red buff. I'm just covering him here, making sure no one's coming in to say hello. As he's backing out here, Jax comes up, and Jax is going around to the Fizz, and I come in behind to try and do something, but nothing's coming of that. I just try and keep Fizz safe. We come up here again, Wukong's disappeared, and I'm just getting the farm. Because there's not much else doing, there's not much point doing anything else. If everyone else is going to sit there and farm, I might as well. Now, we lost a lot of turrets early on. A lot, and I mean a lot of turrets. Now, the build I'm going for here is I'm picking up stuff like Sunfire Cape and Warmogs, just so I can really badly tank up. Because I'm not so worried about the AP damage, because it's Annie, she's going to be trying to get someone else other than me. Now, that dive arguably was a waste, but the stun felt pretty good there. Now, if Cho'Gath had actually hit his silence there, I think we would have killed her. But it was just on the edge. So Nidalee got away, which was a bit of a waste of a flash. But pushing them out the lane, let us get a cheeky dragon. And a cheeky dragon is better than any dragon. So we got a dragon and we're off. I tried to get around here on Annie, but no one's really coming in for anything. I'm standing there waiting for someone to go towards her, but no one wants to. We find Jax, he sort of comes round. Again, nothing really. Ezreal is level 9. Really low level. And there's a massive load of farm top, and I tell him to go top there. And the tower goes down, and he's still here, he's still here. He says GG in all chat because he's trying to be the clever man. And eventually I tell him to go top and inform him that he's fucking level 9. He does go top, that's fine. I mean, we don't need him for a team fight. Being level 9 is not going to really achieve much. As they come in here, Wukong's ult going out. The Ashe ult missed, which is kind of nice because that probably kept most of us alive. Admittedly, Wukong got fucking in there and ruined the shit out of people. But I was getting on Jax because I'm just fighting over the close. So I moved to try and get some damage on Ashe, but she flashes clear. And I'm just trying to keep people from getting further in the base because they're quite low and bully them out the lane. Now, Ashe is very low there and very nearly manages to kill Lulu, but Lulu is way off and Ashe dies to creeps, picking up the kill for Lulu there. Now again, I'm just using my Renekton crocodile body to bully people out of the way. They're not coming near me because they know I can tank them down. So I'm moving out here, I'm going to get some creeps because, again, more farm is important. Ezreal has managed to get some farm here after eventually going top lane and not staying around for that team fight where he wouldn't have got much. I eventually managed to pick up the cheeky, pick up the bloody Sunfire Cape there. I'm going for Warmogs next. Now, if this is the first time I inform Cho'Gath that he needs some armour, you're about to see that happen a few more times. If you actually, and I probably will look at his items in a minute, as Ezreal manages to pick up Jax, so this team fight's coming out of place. I am very low, but I'm tanking everything, and they are using everything to try and take me out. There's an Ashe arrow as well. I get a nice little buff there, I get a flash and a dive. I don't know why my guy decided to go backwards there, but I got a heal from Ezreal to keep me in the game as well. Now they've used all of their ults, and it's pretty good. We like it when they use all their ults on one person, especially when it's the tankiest person. But Ezreal died there because, again, I'm pretty sure his positioning wasn't very good. And I come back in again, and we're just bullying them out the lane, and I'm keeping my farm up. I let them go top because I've got a lot more farm than me. Give you a little cheeky check on Baron. Pick up some creeps where you can. And again, we just need to clear Baron and try and sneak it. but no one seems to make the effort to get there. I would have backed out, but at the moment I'm trying to keep Ezreal alive, which is proving fucking difficult because he's always out of position. But Lulu makes a valid point as well. She is 2 levels higher than Ezreal. I did say bad AD is bad. I am a terrible person. But if we look at the scoreboard here, you can see why Cho'Gath is dying, because he has Boots Lucidity, no Merc Treads. Fizz is alright, Lulu's alright, but Ezreal's still going for a Trinity Force at fucking 25 minutes, and he's nowhere near it. I mean, any other damage item would be perfect at this moment in time. But anyway, we're bullying around here. We're trying to keep this inhibitor alive, but it's a bit of a much of a nothing. I'm trying to get a decent position here so that when Jax and Wukong engage, I can get round straight onto Ashe and Nidalee. But I'm waiting for Cho'Gath to go in. Cho'Gath gets in and manages to rip the shit out of Ashe there, and I just get round and get on Nidalee and push him back. Now I get onto Jax with my ult up. Wukong's not me in the air, so I ain't got to worry about his spin anymore. And then the Ez ult's going out. He's trying to get people here. I just stay on Wukong because everyone else is flashing out the way. Now Ezreal, I don't know what he did there. I really don't know why he did that. He flashed forward to try and greedily take a kill when he knows he's got no health and everyone can one-hit him. Sorry about that. Now you're about to see me get juked the shit out of by a Wukong. Absolutely juked the shit out of. But I just think fuck it in the end and go and push the tower instead because, I mean, he's going to back. So we get a tower. We finally push a tower in the game. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, you thought we'd get one earlier. But I've said to Cho'Gath this time, can he get some Merc Treads? Because cooldown boots aren't going to achieve much. I mean, let's be honest. And I full play Plague to my age-old shouldn't type with no wards on the map. Because, until I finish this sentence, I did not see Jax there. At all. When I finished the sentence, I proceeded to try and escape. Managed to dodge an Ashe arrow there, but to be honest, I weren't getting away from that. I was a fucking moron. But again, I did say to Cho'Gath, please can you get some Merc Treads, tank yourself up a little bit. He's got a Rylai's. I mean, I just looked at Ezreal there. He's just finished a Trinity Force. Only just finished a Trinity Force. And we're on a back and forth here. Again, I'm just trying to find an opportune moment to dive onto the squishy ones. But Fizz gets way out of position there and just absolutely ruined. And that's sort of the story of the match. All it is people out of position and getting ruined again and again. Now, Ashe, I decide to dive in expecting Ezreal to come forward, but no. No. Eventually they come forward, eventually, but he decided he was going to kill 2 creeps first. I mean, Ashe says GG AFK, I'm in the same boat here. First item 24 Ezreal. Cho'Gath AP with no tanky items. If he'd gone like Abyssal Scepter, fair enough, but he's got nothing in defense. And he has the cheek to tell me that I don't understand the game. Now, he may be slightly right here. I was informing him that some armour would be great. He did eventually buy some, but he was complaining about them all being AP, and he still hasn't bought any magic resist. But I'm more worried about Wukong and Jax doing damage here than I am Annie. We get in there, we do a ton of damage. This team fight's getting turned around a little bit. I'm pushing people out of the way because Ashe isn't really doing much to me at all when they get onto Wukong. Now I'd nip back into the base, and I've got a little bit of money, so I very quickly buy a Warmogs, and then forget how to get to Home Guards quickly. Forget what Home Guards look like, buy Home Guards, and then speed my way back into the fight. But they've already killed them all, which is good. Now I sit here and start pushing forward a little bit, but it's really hard because we've lost all inhibitors, and these fucking minions are so unbelievably strong. So unbelievably strong, but I'm trying to tank them up to build up a little bit of a creep wave to try and push them out. And I mean, they just have to defend. We're stuck on the back foot the entire time, regardless of whether we win a team fight or not. With no inhibitors up, we ain't getting anywhere. But I'm trying to keep this inhibitor alive at least. But Cho'Gath then starts to say things in all chat like, how's Baron? All things like that, just being a general dickhead. And I mean, he's still not actually bought any items that are useful at all. I mean, Ashe has got quite a lot, even though she has complained that Nidalee's stealing all the kills, and that is correct. Nidalee has stolen a lot of Ashe's kills, but Ezreal's only just managed to pick up a big fucking sword. And Jax, I mean, Jax, his items ain't so great. Wukong's done pretty well for himself as I come round here to try and just bully him back a little bit. Not really achieving much. Get my ult off, get in on him. Again, no one else wants to join the team fight, so I'm just forced to have a wasted ult there. They try and pause surrender. I mean, we probably could have surrendered there. But I decided to keep playing because we only need one decent turnaround and we could get this. So I back into the base here to pick up home guards and get them stacking. And come flying out the base onto that Wukong. Get a little stun on him. Keep him there, keep him busy. Then Cho'Gath does a ton of damage. Now, admittedly, AP Cho'Gath is doing a ton of damage. But he's also taking a ton. Look, he's nearly dead and he's only had Wukong hitting on him. That's my point. I understand AP does damage, mate. But please be tanky. As the Fizz gets a nice little double kill there, but we managed to lose a Nexus turret. Now, I hope that they'd managed to push out a little bit. But if you can watch in the middle lane there on the minimap, I know it's a little bit small. It's a little bit small. They managed to just about get to the middle tower. And then Ashe appears and kills Fizz. So, no one really has any pushing power because no one really has any damage. At all. I mean, I'm just picking up items now. I know this game is fucking lost. But I'm just keeping playing because you have to keep playing. There's a shutdowns coming out. There's a lot of damage coming out. The tower's gone. The tower's gone. We're going to struggle a lot to defend this. But I keep playing. I back into the base to get a home guard stack. Come charging out. Take myself from the knockup. I got Merc Treads. It's fine. Get onto Wukong. Do a ton of damage. Dive back and forth. Try and do some damage to Jazz. Get my ult off. But they just rush the base. Now, I think the end screen says it all. Lulu. Great. Outfarmed Ezreal. Fizz. Didn't do so well. Still outfarmed Ezreal. I mean, it's, as a team as a whole, Ezreal... I mean, I didn't do great, but I was tanking up like I'm supposed to. I almost kept up farm with Wukong, who, I mean, got a shit ton of kills. I feel like I did alright. I don't know. Without sounding like a dickhead, I'm pretty sure Ezreal lost us the game, and Cho'Gath a little bit. I mean, he did some stuff, but not a lot. But oh well. That's been an insight into why I lost. I need to think of some sort of fancy name to call this. Perhaps, What's in a Loss with Wonder Guy. If you want to look up the music, I'll put a link in the description below. And until next time, take care.